It's Friday, May 20th. We had our big transplant meeting May 17th, so this past Tuesday. And that was just a full day of transplant information. So I'm just overloaded with transplant information. Just to give you an idea, we got there at 9 a.m. and started meetings, and we only took about a 45-minute break to eat in the middle. We didn't leave till almost 7 p.m. So we were there like 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. We were meeting with everybody. If I give you a number for Caitlin, she's the nurse coordinator, the transplant nurse coordinator of all things transplant. She's the first person that we met, and she's really on top of everything. She's a go-getter. She gets things done. So it's nice to meet her. It was nice to meet everybody. We met with Caitlin, that's the nurse coordinator, a pharmacist, a nephrologist, a dietitian, social worker, psychologist, financial guide person. I don't know the proper name for that. And the actual surgeons. And that's just what I remember off the top of my head. I feel like there can be a video for every person that we met, but I'm just going to try my best just to give an overview of how things are right now. So overall with the transplant, it's important to know that when she gets a transplant, it's not a cure for anything. It's a fix type of thing. Transplants typically last 10 to 20 years. They've been known to last, I think the longest on record is 30 years for the transplant. So, it's not a cure. She's going to have lupus the rest of her life. She'll be on medications for the rest of her life. So, that being said, this transplant is just a temporary thing, but we just have to do our best to stay on top of medications, make sure that that's always taken, and through diet, making sure that she keeps her kidney, the new one, as functional as can be, because you have to be on drugs. Her body already attacks her kidneys through the lupus, so now she's going to have to be on drugs for having a foreign organ in you. To your body, everybody's body would fight off a foreign tissue in your body. That's just what it does. So with that being said, I might as well say the new kidney would go in a different place than the other kidneys. The new kidney goes in the abdomen in the front, and the old kidneys will stay. They won't be removed. And I'm trying not to I can just dive right into there, but I'll just try to stick with where we're at now. So she's going to dialysis through she's doing hemodialysis through a port in her chest here. She is really not taking to this dialysis all that well. She's been eating really well, and so her weight goes up. but they don't know if it's dry weight, meaning you're just gaining weight through food, or if it's liquid weight, where the kidneys aren't taking the liquid out of her body. So they're trying to pull fluids that may not be there. So she gets nauseous, she gets sick. Not too bad, but it's just not a good time for her at all. It's not supposed to be like that. Me being with her every day and, watching what she eats and everything, it's not surprising to me that she's gaining weight, because she eats very well. She eats more than I do on a regular basis. So in my eyes, I'm like, well, it's not a surprise that she's gaining weight, and her legs are not swollen. Her arms aren't swollen. She's not swollen. Like, you can't see any swelling of fluids anywhere like she was when she came home. Just she has stretch marks on her legs for how much that they swole up, and now they're back to a normal spot. So now she has stretch marks on her skin, on her legs mostly. But we are going to get the ball rolling on changing it to it's called a PD. So there's HD, which she's doing now, and then there's PD, which I believe, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, is a peritoneal dialysis, which that would be in the abdomen and through solutions. It's not involved with the blood. And so this is going to be another surgery, but the way it's looking with the transplant is it's going to be not quick. It's not going to happen quick. Even if we find out that Liz or I are a match, there's still going to be a good amount of time. And with that in mind, we're getting the ball rolling with getting her on a PD catheter, which we do at home. We'll have to do training, like a 2-week type of thing, learning the ins and outs of that. But she'll do dialysis at home every night, and we won't have to go to any dialysis place or anything, and she can have more of a normal schedule. And when school starts in the fall, she'll still be able to go to school and not have to not go because we got to come up north to do dialysis. And the other downfall of her being so young and having the HD port, the longer that's in your vein, the more chance there is of it not being able to be used. Like, that vein won't be able to be used later in life. There's only 4 main spots, your main veins in your legs too, that you could do this with, and we learned that from the surgeons. So I mean, even with that in mind, it's like we've been standoffish about having her do another surgery to switch the catheter, but I think at this point we have to get the ball rolling with the PD catheter. If for some reason we're like, hey, you're a match, we can set this up in a couple months, okay, then we'll scrap that, and then we'll go with the dialysis that we're doing now. But if the transplant is going to be taking longer than we think it's just going to be longer than shorter. It's just thinking of it logically. So we're doing that. That's like news. That's like breaking news today. That's what's going on today. On Wednesday she had dialysis, and she got a little sick and she wasn't feeling very well, and, so we're gonna do what we can to relieve her of that discomfort, try to get her into a normal existence. And speaking of normal existence, yesterday was the first day Piper was able to go to school. She went to a regular day of school yesterday, and she loved it. She loved being at school and seeing her friends and being back in a regular environment, like she's supposed to be in, like all her friends are at. So, the Wednesday not having a good dialysis, and Thursday her being able to go to school and seeing how happy she was, it really just like flipped a switch in my head. Like, yeah, we're doing the PD, we're going that direction. We're not hoping things. We're just doing what we have to do right now to get this ball rolling for that, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, I'll read this list again. So we had the nurse coordinator, the pharmacist, a nephrologist, a dietitian, a social worker, psychologist, financial guide person, all the surgeons, and then Liz and I gave a bunch of blood at the end of the day. Liz gave probably 2 times more blood than I did, and Piper gave a lot of blood too. Like, I had, let's say, and I'm just guessing, I don't know the exact numbers, but I gave about 6 to 7 vials of blood that were like, I don't know, length of your hand, I guess. And then Piper gave like 17 vials of blood, and then Liz gave almost the same amount. So, the nurse taking the blood doesn't know what it's for. They see how much blood they gotta take, and that's what they do. So we're just like wondering, like, how come I didn't give as much blood as they did? But maybe there's more to test in females. That's all I can really speculate on. But we won't know any results of those for another week or 2. And I guess they're doing labs on us to see what kind of levels we have. And also, the first main test of blood when you want to be a participant in donating a kidney is they put your blood with Piper's blood, and if there is a reaction, that's not good. So that just eliminates you right there. If there's some sort of reaction, like her blood just doesn't merge with your blood, and that's not good. If they put the blood with Piper's blood and there's like no reaction whatsoever, then that is a good thing, and then they can move on to the next step. So at the moment, we are just waiting on those blood tests, and we'll see. We'll hear if we're moving on to the next step. But that's where we're at right now. There's so much more information that I can just blab about for way too long and put everybody to sleep, and I don't want to do that. I feel like this is too long as it is. So please, if you, and I mean this, if you want to know anything specific, anything, like I said, I think I can make a video about every bit of that day, and then plus some. But, do you really want to know? Do you just want to know this? This is what's going on right now. Leave a comment and ask what you would like to know more about. and I will be happy to do that because I'll have some guidance, and if I have a little bit of guidance about what you want to specifically know, then I can, head down that road for you. But there's just way too much to be doing this. One thing that I had written down here, and maybe it's something that maybe not everybody knows, but as far as like Piper's condition, like her form of lupus that attacks the kidney specifically, the only celebrity that we know that has pretty much the exact same condition as Piper is Selena Gomez. So if you've heard of Selena Gomez getting a kidney transplant, I think she's on her second transplant now. I think she's almost 30 years old now. So that's something that's, Googleable to see, like, if you're, wondering what her condition is like, and then, somebody in the spotlight has that same type of thing. Because there's other celebrities that have lupus, but not specifically this form of lupus. But I am going to end it there. And like I said, I'm more than happy to share any of this transplant knowledge with you. Maybe I'll just do it on my own, and I'll just label them correctly. Like, oh, here's some kidney transplant information. Here's some dietitian information. If I have time to do that, I'll just do that. But if there's something that you want to know specifically, please just let me know, and then I will address that for sure. Okay, that's where we are now. Yeah, I could go on for way too long, but thanks for caring. Everybody that's involved through our community, our friends, the school district, everybody is making this so much easier, because this is just not easy. None of this is easy. So thank you. Can't stop thanking everybody for helping make this easier, because I can't imagine, without all the help that we've gotten, all the support that we've gotten, how much harder this would all be. So thank you, and I'll talk with you soon. Love you. Bye.